Now that you have your team set up and your students added, let's go ahead and look at some of the organization of contents within the team. I'm going to choose my sandbox here so I can make changes without my students seeing them. We see that every team has a list of channels down this left-hand column here. And these channels come in two types. You have channels that are visible to everyone, and then you have a private channel. These private channels show up with these little locks next to them. And these channels are only visible to you and whatever students you add. So this is a great way to have a place for a student to share work with you so that other students can't see it. Or if you're going to do face-to-face conversations with students, you're able to do that in that private channel so that nobody else can join those conversations. Across the top in each channel, you have your tabs. Every tab comes with a posts, a files, and a notebook. The general tab comes with a class notebook, which all students are part of. Separate channels come with, and I've just got a bunch of random named channels here, come with posts, files, and notes. The general channel has your class notebook, your assignments, grades. All these other tabs are tabs that I've added on my own, and you can add those by clicking the Add a Tab button here. In order to add a channel, you're going to click the three little dots, the more options next to the class name, and you're going to click Add a Channel. And when you do that, you have an option to give it a name. So we're just going to call this New Channel. And you can give a description. You can also automatically show this list in everyone's channel list. So if this is a general channel that everyone is able to have access to, I'd go ahead and check that because then it will show up on their left-hand column here. Under privacy, you got two different options. You got standard, which is accessible to everyone, or you have private. And so we're going to make this a private channel. And notice that show in everyone's list disappears because this will only show up in that single student's list. And so we're going to click next. It's going to say it's adding the channel, and then it's going to ask you what students you want to add to this. Now, you're only going to be able to add students that are also part of the team. So you want to make sure that these students are already a part of your team. And so I'm going to add, let's see, Justin Martin is going to be one of my students. I'm going to click Add. He and I will be the only ones that are able to see that, and we're going to hit Done. When I click on New Channel, you can see that one of the options is Meet Now. And when I click Meet Now, it's going to start a video that only myself and that student can join, and you'll have the opportunity to record that video as well. So that way, if you're going to do an oral presentation, if the student's going to present something to you, or you need to have a conversation with the student, you can record that, and again, only you and that student will be able to see it. So I hope channel creation is something that you guys will use. This is a great way to organize your content. Adding files in there is a great way to give specific content to specific students, so a great way to kind of chunk your curriculum or do some of your differentiation of instruction. And so that's the gist of channels, and thanks for joining me.